My cousin announced my divorce at Christmas dinner, so I announced her DUI at her custody hearing. She stood up between the main course and dessert to share my personal business with 30 relatives. The dining room had been perfect with grandmother's china and candles when she decided to make my pain the evening's entertainment. Christmas was supposed to be different that year. I'd filed for divorce in October after discovering my husband's gambling had drained our savings. Only my parents and my lawyer knew the truth about why my marriage ended. I'd asked them both to keep it private while I figured out how to tell extended family. My cousin Diana knew something was wrong because she'd seen me moving boxes into my parents' garage. She cornered me until I admitted the marriage was over but begged her not to tell anyone yet. The Christmas dinner started beautifully. My aunt had cooked for 2 days straight and everyone complimented the turkey. My uncle was telling his favorite stories while the kids played with their new toys in the living room. I'd actually started to relax when Diana clinked her wine glass and stood up. Before we continue celebrating, I think everyone should know that Sarah is getting divorced, she announced. Her husband won't even be joining us anymore because their marriage failed. We should all support her through this difficult time instead of pretending everything is fine. The table went completely silent. Forks stopped moving and conversations died instantly. My grandmother's face crumpled as she looked at me with pity. My teenage nieces stared while my aunts exchanged knowing looks. My father's jaw clenched so tight I thought he might crack a tooth. Diana kept talking about how divorce wasn't shameful and how I needed family support. She actually said, Sarah needs us to acknowledge her reality, while I sat there watching my private heartbreak become dinner conversation. My great aunt asked about custody arrangements for children I didn't even have yet. My uncle wanted to know if I'd tried counseling. I left the table and locked myself in the bathroom. Diana followed and knocked repeatedly. You're being ridiculous. I did you a favor. Now you don't have to pretend anymore. When I told her she'd violated my trust during an already painful time, she laughed. You always overreact to everything. I was helping you. My mother took Diana's side later that night. She meant well. She wanted everyone to support you. My aunt agreed and said Diana had a good heart. They acted like my privacy meant nothing compared to Diana's supposed good intentions. The next few months were torture. Every family gathering included questions about my divorce proceedings. Relatives offered unwanted advice about lawyers and dating apps. Diana created a Facebook group called Supporting Sarah Through Divorce and added all our relatives without asking me. 3 months later, I discovered Diana's secret completely by accident. I was grabbing coffee when I overheard her friend Selena talking on the phone. Diana's lucky the arrest happened in the next county. Her ex doesn't know about the DUI yet. Selena mentioned how Diana had blown twice the legal limit after leaving a wine tasting. I did some research and found the arrest record from 6 weeks earlier. Diana had hired a lawyer to keep it quiet because she was fighting for primary custody of her kids. Her ex-husband Drew didn't know anything about her drunk driving arrest. She'd told everyone she'd spent that weekend at a spa. Diana's custody hearing was scheduled for April. She'd been preparing for months and constantly posted about being a devoted mother. She hired a consultant to help her look more responsible in court. She even started volunteering at her kids' school to improve her image. The morning of the hearing, I sat in the back row of the courtroom. Diana wore a conservative suit and kept dabbing at her eyes with a tissue. She testified about providing stability and good judgment for her children. Drew's lawyer seemed frustrated by her perfect mother act. When the judge asked if anyone had relevant information to share, I stood up. Your Honor, I have information about Diana's recent DUI arrest that happened 6 weeks ago. She was arrested with a blood alcohol level of 0.16 after endangering everyone on Highway 9. Since Diana believes in sharing private struggles for people's own good, Drew should know about this before custody is decided. The courtroom erupted. Drew's lawyer immediately requested the arrest records while Diana's attorney objected frantically. Diana turned around and stared at me with pure shock. The judge called for order and asked for documentation of the arrest. Diana screamed that I was a vindictive liar trying to steal her children. I calmly replied, now you understand how it feels to have your private pain shared without permission when it matters most. The judge postponed the decision to review the DUI evidence. Diana lost primary custody 2 weeks later and only got supervised visits. She hasn't spoken to me since Christmas, but she finally learned why some things should stay private until the person living them chooses to share.